Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Making with the Manufacturers. So I think this series has been going for over a year now, and I'm up to F in my manufacturers. That being said, I have not done every single Monday as Making with the Manufacturers because sometimes there's things like 30 days of sketches or follow a sketch February, those kind of things. So without further ado, let us get into the next bit of papers. So my next bit of papers is going to be from Fancy Pants, and I do have a decent amount of Fancy Pants. I have some Fancy Pants like the new Fancy Pants when it was sold and someone else bought it, and I also have old Fancy Pants. So I mean, look, I've got a decent amount of Fancy Pants, guys. Okay, so I'm going to just go through these. I'm probably not going to do the Just Plain Fun because I will use any of the travel and airplane themed papers. This is one of my favorite papers of all time. Not necessarily this side, but this side, I love the inside of the airplane. This one is Adventure, and this on this side, this is part of Just Plain Fun. My beautiful, wonderful friend Sharon actually sent me a collection kit of Just Plain Fun, which she is awesome to do that. As you can see, I do have a little bit of this paper. And like I said, I'm not going to be using the Just Plain Fun. So there's a good amount of paper right here. What is this? Like 1/8 of an inch of paper that is very travel related and very airplane-y for sure. And you guys know I scrapbook airplanes a lot. So this isn't going to be something that I'm going to try to use up for this series. It's not something that I'm hoarding. It's just not something that I feel like, oh, I should try to get this used up. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay, so this is Golden Days. This is from 2016. And I loved Fancy Pants back in the day. So plain gray on this side, but an awesome plaid on this side. I don't know what this collection is because I cut off the branding strip. But a black and white stripe, Goodfellows, which is a khaki piece of paper with arrows on it. This gorgeous yellow, Hometown Summer. This is from 2020. I love this yellow. This is Life is Beautiful from 2016. Another Golden Days paper with a beautiful wood grain here on the back. I'm actually really feeling, this is Life is Beautiful. But I'm really feeling these two papers together right now, so I'm going to hold those off to the side. This is another Golden Days, and I'm like, am I feeling more of the yellow? I'm feeling that. Another Golden Days. This instead has the teal and a notebook paper. So more of that plaid. This is Atwell. This was a gorgeous, gorgeous one. This paper right here. I think this is beautiful, but I would never use this in my scrapbooking. I would use the red, like straight up, just straight up honesty there. Sweet Nothings was the Valentine's collection. Ooh, that's a bright yellow. P.S. I Love You, another red. This is Life is Beautiful, with a bunch of words on this side and then a black and white polka dot on this side. This is Wish Season. I don't like this side at all, but it's a good pink. Some ampersands for Office Suite, black on the other side. This is one of the newer collections. Well, I don't know. It's from 2019. This is Millie in June, so this is just a little bit of what I had. This is not, oh, it is Fancy Pants. It's from Flutter. Gold foil arrows. Then we have this Fancy Pants. This is Goodfellows as well, with the hexagons on this side. And then this blue color, which I'm going to pull in here. Joy Parade, this striped, and then yellow, another piece of that Millie and June paper, another Joy Parade, Merry and Bright, which is a Christmas paper or a Christmas collection, but I love this sage green dot. And then Meology. This is from 2014. So, and then that gorgeous green on that side. So I think I'm going to use these colors. So we're going to put these back. And then, of course, the Just Plain Fun. But I think I'm going to do another layout with the Fancy Pants papers because there are other things that are calling out to me in here. This was just the first thing that grabbed me. So we're going to use Golden Days. And that's a 2016 collection. Goodfellows, another 2016 collection. And then Life is Beautiful, another 2016 collection. So that makes sense because, you know, the colors are similar. I feel like I need a little bit of that pink. So let me flip through and see. No, that is not a good match for that pink. Do I have? I mean, there's that pink, but nah. Maybe I will, maybe I'll grab some cardstock similar to that. Okay, now that I've picked out my papers, let me grab some photos and let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I have got a whole pile of stuff that I am using. I went ahead and pulled out some stickers and things that I thought would work. Now, I did just go through my stickers, or most of my stickers, so I knew that I had this sticker that I had placed on a piece of paper and cut around it, and it was sitting in my stash, and it's been there for absolute years. And I did have more of a recollection of what I had in my sticker stash. So one of the things I like to do with my paper is to just pull it out and look through it occasionally. And that kind of keeps my papers in my mind, right? If, you know, I like touching scrapbooking supplies. So even if I'm not actually creating with them, touching it makes me happy. So I do like to flip through my papers. And that is something that I do fairly often, but I think I need to start doing it with my other supplies too, because I had completely forgotten about the champagne bottle and glasses that I had in my stash. Now, I am not a super thematic scrapbooker unless it's really Disney airplanes or Christmas, definitely themey and Christmas. Or my son's Marines album. So I don't feel like I'm super themey, but in this case, I felt like the champagne bottle had to go on this layout. So this is last year. My husband took me on a wine trolley tour through Livermore, California, and the awesome people at Kincannon gave us a bottle of sparkling wine since it was our anniversary. And I took a picture of that and definitely wanted to document that story. Now, I have tons of pictures from this trip, or this wine tour. So there's not going to be a lot of journaling on a lot of these pages because I got lots of layouts to put in here. Anyway, I should probably shut up and tell you what I'm doing. Or you kind of see what I'm doing, so maybe I should just keep on running my mouth. Because I do like to do that. Just ask my husband. So I took this kind of bluish paper and I trimmed it down to 4 1/4. And what that's going to allow me to do is create a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mat around the photos. I decided to go with a thinner mat instead of doing 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. Just for the simple fact that there is going to be a lot going on this layout, and I don't want a super thick border around my photos since there is so much going on. Now, you did see me distress the edges of my paper, so I used the pink cardstock as my ultimate base. Then I used that grid yellow paper with distressing. And then I went ahead and put that floral paper on top of the grid yellow paper. However, I felt like there still needed to be something there. So that's why I went with the yellow paper. And I kind of patterned it, so there's no distressing, distressing, no distressing, distressing. And I even do that here. I keep going with that pattern where I put that wood grain paper to span across the page, and then I decided to use that pink as well, and that's going to be distressed. So it definitely is a no distressed pattern going on here. Did I do that on purpose? I can't really say that I did, but I will say that I did it this way because I thought it looked good. My original plan was to use that wine or that champagne bottle die cut over on the left-hand side, but I felt like it was a little bit awkward to be right next to the photo of the sparkling wine as well. So I decided to tuck it into the photo where Christopher and I are. So I went ahead and tucked it under there, added a little bit of adhesive. Now this is a wood veneer word that I believe my sister-in-law gave to me, and it had a little bit of the E still in there where it didn't seem to be cut out all the way. So I just went ahead and used a couple pokey tools to poke that bad boy out. As you guys know, I have a thing where I can't handle the insides of letters still being in the letters. It stresses me out. Like, it's one of my scrapbooking pet peeves. And you know, I don't think I have a lot of scrapbooking pet peeves until I start talking about them when I'm doing voiceovers. And then I'm like, wow, I'm pretty high maintenance for a scrapbooker. So yeah, let me know, does that bother you if you have the insides of your letters still connected? It does. It stresses me out. I watch videos or see layouts, and I would never say it to the person or type it in a comment. But in my head, I am screaming, get that inside of that letter out of there. But like I said, I would never say that to anyone unless they specifically asked, do you think I should leave the insides of these letters here? Then I would give my honest opinion. But otherwise, it's their scrapbook layout. It's their page. They do them. If it makes them happy, more power to them. Like, do what makes you happy. Now, this is a flat gold kind of doily sticker, but the little sucker made me poke out all the insides. I hate when stickers don't poke out all the way, right? Like stickers. Poke out all the way and stick. Like that's the way I feel about the stickers. I went ahead and decided to layer up my arrows, and honestly, I probably didn't even have to put arrows on this layout, but I felt like I wanted a little bit more of the shining, shimmering, splendid of the gold, and this was a perfect way to do it. And I paired each of the gold arrows with a coordinating color arrow, and this came out of the Vicki Boutin sticker book. One is pink and one is blue. And then I was like, oh, I wanted to use some of these chipboard pieces from that round trip collection. So this is a Maggie Holmes travel collection, and Maggie Holmes is not my favorite. I'm sorry, Crystal. She's just not. I can't say her as a person. Her collections are not my favorite. So, but there was enough in her Going Places travel collection that I needed it. So I purchased it, and now I am going to use it. Hooray. That's what we should be doing, right? You want the scrapbooking supplies, you buy the scrapbooking supplies, you use the scrapbooking supplies, then you go buy more. That is my philosophy, right? And keep on repeating. And just a little update for Making with the Manufacturers. So when I started this series, about a little over a year ago now, I believe, I had 8 Cropper Hopper paper holders chock full of paper. Okay, 8 of them. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chock full of paper. So I have gone through 2 Cropper Hoppers of papers since I have started the series. Now, I haven't just used the papers in the series. I have scrapbooked other things, and I've also purchased a lot of paper and replenished. So if I hadn't have kept on purchasing paper, I probably would have only 5 instead of 6. Now I'm going to finish putting on these embellishments, and they're just little things that I think look good. So I'm going to add on a little bit more gold because why not? And then I'm going to add also some enamel dots, and I use the chipboard, and I don't know if you noticed, but some of them I peeled down because I didn't need it as thick as what the chipboard was. So there it is, you guys. The layout is finished. All right, guys, so I have been asked to show what I have left when I do these Making with the Manufacturers videos. So this is 4 layers of paper, right? So this is a pretty decently heavy layout. So if that's not your jam, then I get it. You might want to gut it. You might want to, you know, scrapbook your life in a whole other way. But this, I'm perfectly happy with this. I love the feeling of a thick scrapbook paper or a scrapbook layout. So this is what I have left. I have the cutoffs from when I cut my photo mats. So I have these two. I have this cutoff right here. I have this little bit right here, and then the rest of that 12 by 12 sheet that I cut up. So let's be honest. These are not papers that I would normally keep, right? Like this, they're just not big enough for me. However, what I will do is keep them on my desk, and I might use them. I might, you know, find something to use them by. What I think I'm going to do is bring back my Lovely Leftovers series and keep these things in here. And then at the end of a week or 2 weeks, all of my scraps, which these are scraps, I'll make a layout with them because I kind of miss doing Lovely Leftovers. It was fun for me, and you know, I stopped doing it because I was getting stressed out again with the scraps on my table. So we'll see how long it lasts, because scraps and me, we don't get along. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about nice, thick, heavy scrapbook pages, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.